everybody. It's Bourbon Bill, and tonight, a very special episode. We're diving into a craft distillery never before featured on this channel, and really one of my favorite categories of bourbons. It's Whiskey War double oaked. No, I didn't stutter. It's double oaked. So, obviously double oak's one of my favorite categories of bourbon. I like them deep, dark, and delicious. And look at the color on this SOB. Have not had anything from the High Bank Distillery Company out of Ohio. I think some stuff is their own, but I believe the double is MGP. So I believe this is an MGP. And, you know, those that might be good at math go the double. 2 times 2 is 4 times Bourbon Bill. Gotta be careful. Double can mean a lot of different things. This is essentially a triple oaked product. So, you know, double oak meaning the second barrel, and then they say double again, and I get why, but could be misleading. It's really triple oaked. I wish it would have called it Whiskey War triple oaked. Would have sounded just as cool. Little bit of shame on High Bank Distillery though. On the side here it says blended and bottled by High Bank Distillery Co. of Grand View Heights, Ohio, but not distilled by. Shame. Why are you trying to hide it? Look, more people might buy it if they know it's MGP. They're like, oh my gosh, triple oaked MGP, sign me up. I don't know why you didn't disclose it. Feels a little shady, High Bank, gotta say. This also happens to be not just a double oak, but a pick from Jason and Scott over the Mash and Journey Whiskey Club. Barrel of Flies. I assume ode to Lord of the Flies. Book, could be wrong about that, but there you go. So, been hearing a lot of good things about this. This is the first bottle of 2025. That's what this is. How exciting is that? Now, I am going to do a caveat because there's another bottle, and I'll put a picture up, making quite a few headlines in early 2025 here that has the words double on it. And that would be Woodford. Woodford has finally released a double oak bourbon to the masses. They used to do distillery only releases in 375s, and they were like $60 hairs or $375, somewhere in there, right? So you would think that a full bottle will be $120 hairs. No. I think the people that price Wild Turkey have left and gone to Woodford, and they're fucking you. $200 hairs for the bottle of the Woodford double. Okay, let that sink in. $200 hairs for a full bottle when you could have bought 2 of the 375s for the previous 5 years they've done this release for less money. Makes no sense. And it's still 90.4 proof. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Elizabeth McCall, you suck. That's a terrible value. I hope it's delicious. I hope someone sends me a sample, and I hope I just say it's the best whiskey I've ever had. You know, it's worth $200 hairs. But on paper, that is shit. That is shit on paper. I mean, regular Woodford double oak is like $65 hairs. How the hell do you justify more than double? How? And this is the Woodford Batch Proof from 2025. Go watch my review if you didn't. The double oak comes in the same bottle as this, which means it's only 700 mil. So not only did they cheat you 50 mil on the full bottles, right? But they're charging you more. It's like, what the hell is going on here? So, also one final note, Woodford lies out their ass. Okay, double oak on the Woodford does not actually mean it's triple oaked or quadruple oaked like you might think. The double on Woodford just means they leave it in the second barrel longer. The fuck is that? That is misleading at best. That means it's truly only a double oak. Sorry, no matter how many more doubles you put in front of it, it's only a double oak product. So let that sink in. It's not even triple oaked for the price. Holy shit. You know? So I had to get that rant out. I don't have a sample of it. I love to try it. It's just releasing, but you got to pay attention to the facts on that. At least Whiskey War here, this was a pick, so I don't know if the regular ones are cheaper, but about $115 hairs a bottle. This particular one here is 6.5 years old. I've seen a pick showing a 7-year age statement on it, so that's cool. So we know it's, you know, it's not old, right? But how old do we think that Woodford Double Double is? 4 to 5 plus 2, so it's maybe 7. It's probably 7. So we're close enough in terms of age to what the Woodford Double Double would be. And again, this is MGP, so it's not really craft. I mean, High Bank's a craft distillery, I guess, but what's in here is not really craft. And at least, although double double to me means quadruple, at least it's triple oaked. It means there was double oaked and then they double oaked it again. That's how they interpret it, but at least it's triple oaked. Now, enough of that. You want to know how it tastes. Color, mighty fine like we'd expect. Mighty fine like we'd expect. On the nose. Good Lord, that smells delicious. It's all burnt marshmallows, caramel. I actually get a good dose of rye. I believe this is the high rye MGP. I get like a nice cherry note here. Some cinnamon on this as well. And just like there's a massive amount of like wood here. And it's not Home Depot lumberyard green wood, and it's not, you know, 15-year-old oak. It's like charred wood, which is nice. Digging it. Digging it. Man, the nose is inviting. Down the hatch. Good Lord, that's delicious. Man. I think I forgot to say the proof. It's 114.4. Compute 57.2% alcohol by volume. It feels like 120. Okay, don't feel light on the proof. Flavor's phenomenal. It's got a lot of that char, just tons of barrel char. There is a note of cherry in there to me. Also, it kind of tastes like a Dr. Pepper root beer, you know, something like that. Some kind of like, it's delicious. It's delicious. You do get the rye notes from the high rye on the MGP. Phenomenal. You know, it's all marshmallow, some chocolate in there, cherry, and like a Dr. Pepper root beer thing going on. Pretty fantastic. It's going to be an A+ rating from Bourbon Bill. So absolute buy. If you can find one, I would buy it. I get the hype on it. I get why people are thrilled about it. There's not many like triple oaks out there. You know, I know the word double double, as you now know, is thrown around by Woodford, but that's not really what it is. But it was like Angel's Envy, and let's face it, I'm sure they didn't do it well. You know, this is phenomenal. What could I compare to? Probably my other favorite double oak. Peerless, double oak bourbon, and a store pick from Tomar's Discount Wine and Liquor. So, Peer of the Dark store pick. If you have this, get mighty low, get mighty low. These are about the same price, about $115, $120 hairs in that range. This one's 112.5, compute 56.25% alcohol by volume. So like proof, we're only 2 off, folks. We're right there. So the proofs are pretty much identical. Ages on this one, I believe this was like a 6 to 7 year, if I remember. I asked when we got the pick. It's not on here. Same as that Whiskey War. Some of the Whiskey Wars I just noticed will have an age down here in the center. This one doesn't, but it was listed on the pick site at 6.5. Wish they'd all put age statements on them. This one was, I forget, 6 to 7. It was over a year ago now they got this one. But we're doing pick v pick, which I thought was pretty cool. We're pour it up here in the mini. Color, let's compare the color. I would say identical. Alright, the Peerless, Peer of the Dark Tomar store pick on the nose. Oh man, totally different profile. Totally different. Wow. Okay, so the Whiskey War here comes off like way fruitier, way more rye spice in here, right? The Peerless, Peer of the Dark actually has more aged oak notes, which I'm digging. It's got cinnamon, caramel. It smells older, even though we know that it's potentially not. It's roughly the same age. What's crazy. There is a cherry note on here as well, although this is like a richer cherry. This is more of a brighter cherry. Very interesting that they're that vastly far apart. Although it is, Peerless is their own distillate. Put that out there. Down the hatch. Oh, good lord. Good lord, that Peerless is good. The Peerless feels thicker on the mouthfeel. It's got a nice cherry and oak note. The oak notes feel a little more mature on the Peerless. Man, the Peerless drinks easier too now. This bottle has been open a long time. It doesn't have a ton left, so we'll say that some of the bite will mellow on the Whiskey War, I think, in terms of proof punch. Which one do I like better? It's tough. They are different. Man, they're just so different. I feel like the Whiskey War is a touch more complex because of the high rye mash bill at the MGP that they used. But I'll say that I don't necessarily get more barrel influence than what the Peerless Double Oak's bringing. I'm going to say it's a draw for me because it's going to be mood dependent. The Peerless tastes older, tastes like it has more mature oak to it. There's cherry here, there's a ton of oak, some barrel char. The Whiskey War is, burnt, like more marshmallowy than the Peerless is, right? It's more marshmallowy in that essence. It's also got some cherry. It's got like a root beer, Dr. Pepper thing going on. But it doesn't feel as mature in the terms of oak. But then it has like a rye spice kick to it, which is nice. So I think it's flavor dependent. If you like older, more mature stuff, I think Peerless picks, again, this pick is phenomenal. Peerless pick double oaks might be for you. If you're more on the rye spice, you don't necessarily have to have that aged oak in there. Yet, you like a good barrel char influence, and the Whiskey War is for you. Phenomenal bottles. I'm glad I have both. I will say though, I'm surprised that the triple barrel of the basically the triple barrel of the double Whiskey War didn't outright win it for me. I'm surprised about that, and I would say that Whiskey War makes a double oak, and they make this double. I would say that this Peerless is definitely probably better than just their double oak. So double oak v double oak, I think the Peerless wins. Double versus double, I think it's a draw, but again, I'm almost leaning more the Peerless because of the age note. But then I do love a good I'm a complexity guy too, and there's a little bit more on the Whiskey War. So we'll leave it with that. You decide for you. But Bourbon Bill says either one's a buy. Absolute A++s. Go buy them, pick them up. And both of these options, right, show you how ridiculous Woodford is with their double oak pricing in 2025. Just a sham and a miss on paper. I haven't tried it. I'd love to. So send me a sample if you have it, and I'll be sure to get angrier if it's bad. I'll get angry. Have a good evening, everybody. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Consider joining Patreon as well.